insan. Human beings, Allah gave him a covenant before he even came to this earth. أَلَسْتُ بِرَبِّكُمْ قَالُوا بَلَى شَهِدْنَا in Surah Al-A'raf. He said, am I not your master? We said, yes, of course you are. We bear witness. We bore witness to Allah that He's our master. When we came to this earth, guess what happened? We forgot. We forgot. We forget the seriousness of saying La ilaha illallah. We forget the power of saying Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We forget. So the word insan, as opposed to al-fard, the individual, an-nafs, the person. There are different words that are alternatives. Al-bashar, the people, an-nas. But al-insan here, two benefits of it. One, to allude to our forgetfulness. And two, the word insan is individual, it's called ism lil jins. The benefit of knowing that is, this word includes two things. It includes all categories, meaning all human beings, and at the same time it's singular. And here we have to learn something. This is the last thing we'll share for today, inshallah ta'ala. Just a little bit about the word insan. Is the concept of the diffusion of responsibility. This is a concept in psychology. It's called diffusion of responsibility. All of you are here. Let me give you a classroom example or a home example. My kids are at home. I have 5 kids, alhamdulillah. They're home, they're running around. As I'm leaving the house, I say to them, be good, and I close the door. I just say, be good. Are they going to be good? No. This is what you call diffusion of responsibility. But if I open the door and I say, Husna, don't bother your sister. Waliya, don't draw on the wall. Huda, don't yell. Ahmad, go to sleep. If I specify, then are they going to be more responsible? Yes. If I say generally, then what happens? It must be talking about someone else. I'm already good. You understand? The teacher says in the classroom, the kids are making lots of noise. The teacher says, be quiet everyone. Does it work? But the teacher takes one student and makes an example out of them. Everybody's making noise. This is, by the way, for teachers, this is a good tip. Okay, everybody's making noise. You single out one student. Kareem, you want to keep talking? Just one. Guess what's going to happen to everybody else? Everybody chills out. Why? You specify. There's no more diffusion of responsibility. It didn't get divided up. And a lot of times when people are given a responsibility, they start assuming, yeah, it's important, but there's always someone else who can do it. Right? Yeah, there's trouble. The teacher walks in, you guys are in big trouble. The teacher says, you guys are in big trouble. Not that scary. I pick on Kareem again. Kareem, you don't know how much trouble you're in. Is that far more scarier for Kareem? It is, isn't it? Now to say, إِنَّ النَّاسَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ, people are in trouble. People are in loss. That's one thing. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ, each and every single individual, forgetful human being is immersed in a state of loss. So when the human being hears this ayah, who is he to think about? Himself. Forget everybody else. Forget everybody else. It's just, I am in trouble. I shouldn't think about anybody else right now. I should only be thinking about myself. When it comes to our salvation, being saved on the day of judgment, there is no charity. On that day, the mother doesn't care about the child. The mother doesn't care about the child. With the exception of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the people, the prophets alayhi wassalatu wasallam are saying, we can't make shafa for you. Go someone else. I have nothing to give you. That is the day when brother is running from brother. Best friends are no longer best friends. وَتَقَطَّعَتْ بِهِمُ الْأَسْبَابِ يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ. On that day, you love your family so much. And by the way, we sometimes, out of love of people, we do really bad things. Right? We do really, really bad things. And those same people, the person who's about to be thrown in hellfire on the day of judgment, he says, وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا ثُمَّ يُنْجِيهِ. He says to Allah Azza wa Jal, لَوْ يَفْتَدِي مِنْ عَذَابِ يَوْمِئِذٍ بِبَنِيهِ وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَأَخِيهِ. Can I be saved from the punishment in exchange for my son? Can you throw my son, my baby, can you throw him in hell instead of me? That's what the guy will say. And my wife, and my brother, and my mother, وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ وَفَصِيلَتِهِ, and his extended family. وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا. He will look at all humanity and say, oh Allah, you're about to throw me. Why don't you take all of them instead? All of them. Just let me be saved. ثُمَّ يُنْجِيهِ, then he should be saved. SubhanAllah. That is the state of affairs. Now think about that. This day, on that day, you will forget everyone. So what we're learning here is, this is the time to forget everyone first. You should be concerned about them second. Who should you be concerned about first? Yourself. I say this with all sincerity and goodwill at heart to the parents of Muslim children. We are so worried about our children, we're not too worried about ourselves. My kids got to go to an Islamic school. We got to make sure that they're in a good environment. What about your good environment? Why are you watching that stuff? Why are you talking like that? Why are you cheating in business? Why aren't you getting up for salah? We remember those we love, and we forget who? Our own selves. SubhanAllah. Can you talk to this? Can you talk to that? They'll come to the shaykh, the imam. Can you talk to my kids? They need some advice. You don't need advice? Really? Because I would think if you messed up in raising your kid, the first person who needs advice is you. What happened all these years? Where have you been? Where's the parent been who's supposed to do his job? SubhanAllah. So innal insan, bringing responsibility to ourselves, the state of emergency, the fact that we are not safe from loss. We're not even discussing loss yet. That's later on in the ayah. We're just at innal insan. And I think it suffices to conclude here, inshaAllah ta'ala, as far as today's dars. And bi'idhnillah, next Tuesday we'll try and wrap up the dars on Surat Asar. But innal insana lafi khusr. No doubt, each and every single human being, as forgetful as they are deeply immersed in loss. And as they realize that, they should also realize that Allah has already sworn, time is running out. Time for them to change their behavior is running out. May Allah Azza wa Jal help us internalize the lessons from Surat Asar. May Allah Azza wa Jal embed these lessons onto our hearts, that we may constantly remember them. May Allah make us like the Sahaba, who whenever they met each other, they wouldn't part each other. لَمْ يَتَفَرَّقَا حَتَّى يَقْرَأَ. They wouldn't leave each other's company until they would recite to each other, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ.